Ladies and gentlemen, you know the tables have turned. You know the tables have turned big time when James Comey, the Honorable James Comey, is concerned and worried about investigations into his investigations regarding Trump-Russia. He doesn't want William Barr, President Trump, Congress, the American people to know why he just utilized the Steele dossier purchased by Clinton, or hearsay and gossip regarding a conversation that Papadopoulos had. There was no evidence of Trump-Russia. None. Absolutely none. The contacts that they claim are these big smoking gun contacts. Natalia Veselnitskaya, the Russian lawyer that Trump Jr. met, she was allowed into the country by the Obama administration. That's a fact. She met before and after with Fusion GPS. Glenn Simpson, that's also a fact. During the meeting, before and after the meeting. He never got the emails. And by the way, Clinton's emails are said to be yoga and wedding planning. So if Trump Jr. got them, what's the problem? If he received classified emails or the wedding planning or yoga emails, then that still would have been absolute categorical proof that Clinton's servers outside of the United States government storing top secret and special access program intelligence were hacked. James Comey stated that she had 110 email chains that included special access program intelligence, top secret intelligence, running on servers that had Microsoft Exchange software. So we can go on forever, but what they've done is they've masked. The Mueller probe was a consequence of the Russia investigation, which was part of a pretty elaborate scheme to cover up Clinton's criminal behavior. That's obvious. So let's just continue with this. This is very interesting. James Comey says investigating his actions at the FBI would be terrible, as the Washington Times. Former FBI Director James B. Comey said he has nothing to hide, but worries that President Trump's call to investigate him and others who started the Russia probe would be a dangerous step. I don't fear it personally. I fear it as a citizen, Mr. Comey said on CNN Tuesday night. Investigate what? Investigate that investigations were conducted? Yes, absolutely. Investigations that are conducted on a Steele dossier, based on a Steele dossier that is complete and utter nonsense. It's a compilation of hearsay and gossip. It's salacious fantasy. That's it. Look, Democrats and liberals and people on the left, they cannot turn the tables. They cannot imagine all of this done to them. What would they say if Donald Trump purchased a dossier about Clinton that was unverified, that his FBI utilized, or that another Republican's FBI utilized to investigate Clinton? There's enough to investigate Uranium One and everything else just based on money flows and based on the fact Clinton had secret servers. They were secret, they were private, they were outside the United States government. President Obama allegedly didn't know. Of course he knew. And she found some way to transfer top secret intelligence outside the United States government. Now Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is like, OMG, what about the, what are you going to have, launch codes on DMs, on Twitter DMs? It's like, well, no, you do realize that Clinton had top secret intelligence on servers outside of the United States government, don't you? Don't you realize that? Well, I guess nobody on the left does. So he goes on to say, investigate what? Investigate the investigations were conducted? Yeah. Why were they conducted when there was not a shred of evidence? And the evidence, whether it's CrowdStrike that was outsourced by the Democratic Party and Clinton to say that, the DNC was hacked by Russia, the United States government never confirmed that, or the Steele dossier, or just the fact that you had FBI agents compromised. Andrew McCabe's under criminal investigation. James Baker's under criminal investigation. These are people, James Baker and Lisa Page wanted to indict Clinton. So that's perjury. for James Comey. James Comey stated under oath that it was a unanimous decision. At the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, this is all leading to Comey, McCabe, Strzok, and eventually Madam Cyberhack being indicted under numerous counts, numerous legal statutes. U.S. Code 18 U.S. Code 371, the statutes regarding people who conspire against the United States government for political or criminal or unethical, whatever. It's a very broad statute. And U.S. Code 793, the Espionage Act. So then he goes, it's a terrible cycle to start. It would be just a more of that dangerous step. These people, James Comey thinks that he really did the country a favor. He really did the country a favor by investigating Trump, by leaking classified memos to start the Mueller probe. He thinks it was just a great thing that he did. By trying to save Clinton, what he did with Clinton was a cover-up. The week before the election, they say, well, really? He was really working for Hillary? Look what he did a week before the election. Yeah, well, what was he supposed to do? He couldn't, the criminality was so widespread, he tried to say, yeah, she had top secret intel, but she didn't mean to do it. And then, what was he supposed to do? A week before the election, we find information on Huma Abedin's laptop. So what is he supposed to do? What is he supposed to do? His cover-up didn't work. So they say, well, that's proof that he was actually working against Clinton. No, he was actually working for Hillary Clinton. The cover-up was so overt and the criminality was so widespread that he just couldn't. They found more classified intelligence outside of the United States government, this time on Huma Abedin and her husband's laptop. Then he goes, the probe led to special counsel Robert Mueller's investigation, which found that there was no collusion with the Trump campaign in Russia. Quote, I hope they go now and take a look at the origins of the investigation. Oh, this is the president. The beginnings of the investigation, the president told reporters at the White House, quote, you look at the origin of the investigation, where it started, how it started, who started it, whether it's former FBI Director Andrew McCabe or Comey or a lot of them. Where does it go? How high up in the White House did it go? So he's alluding to President Obama, obviously. And obviously President Obama had allowed all of this to take place. The person who ran the entire scheme, well, let's put it this way. The person who presided over the entire scheme was President Obama. President Obama, all of this took place, the Russian interference, the alleged Russian interference, which then not one person changed their votes because of Facebook ads. All of this took place under President Obama's administration. Has anyone ever on the left ever thought that hey, this all took place under President Obama's administration? And here you have Lindsey Graham saying Comey's going to testify. Comey doesn't want he doesn't want investigations. What they've done is they went after their political opponents without cause. Then when there is cause to go after them, when they have broken criminal statutes, they say, oh, well, you can't go after us. We went after you fair and square. Well, we were the ones doing it, so it's okay. Oh, and by the way, below, check out my article below. Share it everywhere. President Trump should pardon Michael Flynn. General Michael Flynn is an honorable man. There's so much disinformation out there. People, the rebuttal is, he's a traitor. No, he wasn't. No, he didn't. The judge said so. No, the judge misspoke. That's even in the Hill article. He ended his lobbying before he went into the White House. That is a fact. Even the judge, who is a great judge, by the way, who actually presided over some Clinton email revelations, because he was, I believe, presiding over a FOIA request or requests, and he was like, this is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life regarding the Clinton email setup. But he initially stated, well, you were actually lobbying while you were in the White House, and then he actually had to take it back because that's not the case. He wasn't lobbying for any country. while he was at the White House, Michael Flynn. That ended. So General Michael Flynn is an honorable man. He should be pardoned. And read the article below in the Federalist. It's my latest one. It was published yesterday. Again, thank you, Eric H526, for doing a video on that. I appreciate that very much. And Denise T, thank you so much. You wrote a comment the other day on, and I saw it briefly, but I couldn't like it, saying that you watched all the commercials because I'm worth it, and I appreciate that. So thank you so very, very much. I have the best people, the most wonderful people watching this channel. And the great thing about this channel is that, yes, most people are Trump supporters, but there's an independence. There are progressives who probably still watch, maybe perhaps a guilty pleasure or displeasure to just watch me. And I have a lot of people. This channel is very special because of the people who watch it. Not really because of me. I'm just like a reflection of what's going on, and hopefully a reflection of your thoughts or things that resonate with you. But the people who watch my comment section is amazing. I read my comment section every day, every segment. I love it. And I just love it. It's just the people who watch my channel are very special, and they're awesome. And that's just the truth. Comey will get to testify in the light of day. I tried to mention this yesterday, and I'm going to make the case right now. So at 12 minutes in, you can I'll finally get to the point. Well, I got to the point, but I'll get to another very, very important point. All of this, he doesn't want investigations. James Comey doesn't want investigations. So if you lasted this long, please let people know that around 12:20 of this segment, I get to some really important information. Comey doesn't care about testifying in front of Congress or under oath. Lindsey Graham, everyone else doesn't care about having him testify, in front of television cameras in Congress. Comey and Lindsey Graham and McCabe, all of them know that this is a charade and an act to get people on perjury charges and to get people to flip and sing. So Lindsey Graham, President Trump want McCabe and Comey to testify against each other. Once they do that, Clinton, eventually after she loses the election, because she's running again, and she's going to lose again, but they want Comey and McCabe to testify against one another. Andrew McCabe is under criminal investigation right now. There's a grand jury investigating evidence regarding Andrew McCabe. He lied under oath 3 times with intent. That's what the IG report stated. Okay, he was fired from the FBI, lied under oath 3 times with intent. Regarding leaking, he states that Comey allowed him to leak. That wasn't the case. Comey said, "No, I didn't allow you." But see, they got him on a crime that, yes, is actually linked to Clinton, because he was leaking information about Clinton Foundation probes. But all of this is about a bunch of people conspiring for the same goal, but the goal is so corrupt that they trip over themselves, and they leak classified memos if it's Comey. They leak to the press if it's Andrew McCabe. They leak to the press if it's James Baker. So 2 of the 3 I just mentioned are under criminal investigation. They utilize a Steele dossier. It's against the law to tell FISA judge to lie to FISA judges. It's against the law. Okay, they did that. So they were deceptive, manipulative, and they did not tell FISA judges that that Hillary Clinton purchased the Steele dossier. So they were able to get a warrant on Carter Page. And then once that took place, they were able to just continue with trying to set up Michael Flynn. Michael Flynn was set up before the Mueller probe. So, I mean, you have a situation. Yeah, that's right. He was set up before the Mueller probe. So the Mueller probe starts, and you have Papadopoulos, you have all of these people, and even Manafort, who was crooked and shady. Not one indictment has anything to do. Not one indictment has anything to do with Trump-Russia collusion. There was no collusion. The only people who did collude, well, Clinton with Russia regarding the Steele dossier, but the only people who did collude were people who conspired against Trump. And then one person on another channel was like, there's nothing illegal that took place. There was endless illegal activity, starting from deceiving FISA judges and starting from utilizing a bunch of gossip to begin an investigation. Also investigating something that wasn't even a crime. We don't even know if the DNC was hacked because CrowdStrike is the only... The United States government is indicting people in other countries based on what Company 1 told them. We have no clue if Company 1, CrowdStrike, was accurate in their assessment that the DNC was hacked by Russia. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe. Check out H82A below, my firearms channel, my writing in the Daily Caller, the Jerusalem Post, and the Federalist, my latest Federalist article, President Trump should pardon Michael Flynn. My Patreon link is below if you want to support this channel. Thank you.